let us just jump into the waiver spy position. We've got the Bills, Vikings, Eagles, and Rams returning from bye. So sometimes players are dropped like that have a bye week. You might have Kirk Cousins dropped, and you might have had Russell Wilson. So maybe like something like that, you could maybe grab him. And then now we've got the Chiefs and Chargers on bye in week 8. So just two teams, but two teams chock full of fantasy relevant guys. So in terms of quarterback, I really only like one guy on this list so far. We talked about Dalton and Winston as potential guys, but Daniel Jones is the one that really stands out to me right now. He is 30% rostered, just had his best game of the year as the G-Men picked up their 6th win of the year. I mean, I don't even know what their win total was, but I feel like it must be around 6. And he is the QB3 just behind Andy Dalton and Joe Burrow. So interesting list there. The rushing though is what was really interesting. I mean,
Exactly.
He's always a mobile quarterback, but he's got 107 yards and a touchdown in that game, and still maybe dealing with this ankle thing, but he looks at full strength now. I have a little bit of worries about the loss of first round tackle Evan Neal. I'm not sure how long that is. It's a MCL sprain, so that could be a few weeks for sure. And I know that this offensive line has just been a pain point for the Giants for so long. So, and they lost Daniel Bellinger. So it was a game that was not great for them in terms of offense. I mean, they still ended up winning the game, but I think that he will be a really good high-end streaming option for Mahomes or Herbert next week against the Seattle defense, 22nd in DVOA, according to Football Outsiders. So he would be my favorite pick. Do you have any ones that you like a lot?
Well, I agree with you that the baseline he gives you with rushing yards. It's funny. I had him as my backup to Russell Wilson in the league, and it was kind of like a nice thanks for making the decision for me, Broncos, because I was hovering over switching to Daniel Jones anyway. And you feel like you're going to get a nice floor with him. I agree. He'd be one I'd absolutely hope is there if I was waiver wire shopping for quarterback right now. I know Taylor Heineke is next on your list. It's obviously hard to trust him, but it was a reminder that he's done this before. And I think the most promising thing about seeing Taylor Heineke back in there for Washington was the resurrection of Terry McLaurin's stat line. So I hope that trend continues, because it's been a little disappointing seeing McLaurin go so ignored. So combine that with Jahan Dotson's injury, I wonder if the Heineke-McLaurin connection becomes something worth chasing in fantasy going forward.
Absolutely. And he is widely available, 5% rostered. Other guys you might want to look at if Daniel Jones is not available and you are the manager with Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert. Mac Jones is 16% roster. He looks like he's making his return this week. He was, I think he was the QB9 in week 3 against Baltimore before getting hurt. Did throw 3 interceptions in this game. Like the real true pure fit, like football people hate stuff like that, of course, because they're like, how can you throw 3 interceptions in a game and still be QB9? But he got the job done there. Other surprising things would be PJ Walker. That was pretty surprising against the Bucs defense. I don't necessarily advise going out there, but yeah, I mean, just a surprising sort of performance from him. I almost started him. So honestly, this is so disappointing. I have a 16-team league with super deep benches, like 8 spots or something like that. So everyone rosters 2 quarterbacks, which leaves no one, to be clear. And I have Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins is on bye and Russell Wilson is hurt. So I had to choose between Brett Ripien and PJ Walker. And unfortunately, I chose wrong there. I was just thinking that, oh God, like the matchup is so bad. How is he going to fare against the Bucs defense? But that's unfortunate, but on to week 8 there.